I mean? This is your boy Al Michael. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders special. And today, whoo, I honored. We got somebody that's hot in the game right now. We see her every week on our favorite TV show, the CW. Let me tell you. But she's been doing even more than that. Let me introduce this future legend, this future Academy Award winner, and all that. I'm sure the one, the only Sofia Hasmik. How you doing?
Hey, I'm so good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming through. Let's manifest all those things because you are fire, young lady. All right.
Oh my God,
So,
thank you.
let's get into it, girl. So, tell us a bit about yourself. Where you originally from, and how was pop culture where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from LA. I'm from here. Like
Okay.
we're through a computer. Could you like? But no, I'm from Los Angeles, from the San Fernando Valley. Grew up here my
Okay.
whole life. Um, yeah. Just I don't know. You can call me like a Valley girl. I guess you can say it's where I spent time.
Awesome. So, what were your pop culture influences growing up?
You know, it's so funny. Growing up, I was so focused. Like, I started figure skating when I was young, very,
Biggest
very
thing.
young.
What?
So much of my life was really just consumed between school and figure skating, or like gymnastics for figure skating, or ballet for figure skating. So, it's funny. I feel like when I
Wow.
had time at home to just even take a minute, what I was watching on TV was like Cheers or Frasier or like thing like Golden Girls, like things like that.
Mm.
Just like whatever was on when my parents.
Sophia's
So
catching up. Hold on, I'm on the year 1987 right now. I'll
I'm
catch up soon.
running. I mean, yeah, growing up, it's so funny. That's most of my time was spent in an ice rink or something to do with an ice rink or school. So felt like I was very kind of closed off in a little bit of a way.
But how does that mold the person you are today? Because that's a lot. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
stuff doing at once. Woof.
I
A-
know. You
And when you
know,
going professional, was that the goal? To go professional, like hardcore?
it was, yeah, I mean, that was the goal. It was such a family affair too. I mean, my parents would drive me there early in the morning, or my cousin would, or my aunt would, and they would sleep in the car, and then I would go to school, and then I would like try to do my homework at lunch so that I can go and train afterwards. And it's funny because I think yeah, of course, like it shapes who you are. It taught me a lot of discipline, a lot of self-discipline, and a lot of staying focused and trying to stay on course. And um yeah, it really influenced who I am today. And it also taught me, storytelling, performing, kind of having a um an outlet outside of the life that you are living, like day to day, on the
Okay.
street or at school or at work or whatever. It was a opportunity to play and perform.
Okay, talking about play, did you have a clique, a group, a wolf pack, or were you a lone wolf, really just set on what you wanted to do and antisocial in a way?
I it's hard, the girls that you train with or the girls that you compete with, but no, we had a pack. Like, you have to find support in those types of situations. I mean, it's hard, especially at a young age, So no, we had our group. We had our group, and they're such phenomenal women still to this day, very strong, amazing women. And you create a community really wherever you are. And it also taught me that as well.
All right, so here we are, you doing the gymnastics and all that awesome stuff. How in the world did you make this right turn at Albuquerque to get into some acting?
I know, I took a real fast turn. No, honestly, it was towards the end of when I was sort of stopping figure skating. I did one
What age?
year of It
What?
was did it for a total about like 13-ish years.
Wow.
Towards the end of it, yeah, it took a lot. It was a lot of time. But towards the end of it, I did theater on ice, and it was the first time that I really felt that like click, there was
Okay.
just this thing of like, oh my God, no, I love performing. Like I love storytelling. Like we
How did
did
you
this
land that though? That
there
theater on ice.
there was a theater on ice group at my home rink, at the rink that I used to skate at, and
Okay.
I never got to really be a part of it. I was like so focused on everything else that, even though I was like so badly wanting to be a part of that because it looked so much fun, and talk about
Mm,
a group and talk about
gotcha.
that strong connection. I was like, oh man, I really want to do it. So when the competitive
And
side of,
something more fun.
yeah, right, something just really enjoyable in that way, and creative, and a team effort. Figure skating is such a it seems like a solo sport. Like at the end of the day, it's just you out there on the ice. Of course, you have the influence of all of your
Mm,
coaches, but I joined this team, and it felt just so exhilarating, and it was actually storytelling, and it was really this eye-opening thing where I was like, "Oh no, I love figure skating because it allows me to have this outlet and to almost disappear in a way and kind of become a different character and sort of play around with what that looks like." And then I took a theater class in high school on a whim, and I think that's really what solidified it for me. Where I was like, no, I feel like I found my thing. I know it sounds weird to say, like I found my thing, but it
you
made
got your
me,
vibe, yeah.
yeah, it made me so excited. Like it was the class that I was most excited for because it's exploratory all the time. You discover, not only more about yourself, but then you get to discover more about like different people and understanding humans, and then you create that community. So I just really wanted that. I just really wanted
Right.
that.
Hungry. So how did you even get into then in your first role ever? What was that journey for you?
That was I was lucky enough to find people along the way who really wanted to help me. And I got my first agent, I think, through like the recommendation of um, a family friend, this woman who lived in my grandmother's neighborhood, um, from that and from everyone just kind of like reaching out and helping, I got an agent and did little auditions here and there, and I mean it felt exhilarating. It was exhilarating to like walk onto a lot and like do a audition, and then to get the part, and it didn't matter how small it was. I was just like beaming like all day, like all week, the whole time. And I still have that feeling anytime I get an audition or book something or step onto a set. It's that excitement just doesn't go away. It's I'm so grateful.
Yeah, well, you've done some pretty cool stuff. What Bad Samaritan, Mad About You, or you and that before we talk the one that you were in now. I know everybody's excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm so proud of all of the projects that I have been so lucky to be a part of, and definitely so proud to be a part of Superman and Lois. Like it's an absolute,
Woo!
and getting to work and play with such incredible people across the board. I pinch myself every day about it. Like it's truly, truly magical.
All right. So, were you a fan of suits at all? Were you even aware, suit or comic culture while you were doing your ice skating thing? And I don't know, like, get to the mythos, if at all.
Sorry, you cut out just a little bit. Were you asking if I was like a fan of Superman beforehand?
Yeah, Yeah, were you aware of the Superman and the mythos beforehand? That you were a fan of.
No, I I wasn't like, it's not that I wasn't a fan. It's just that I was never really a part of like that world in that way. Like, when I say I didn't really do much growing up, I really didn't do much growing up. But was always like very intrigued by it, and getting that audition for Superman and Lois, I immediately got excited. And the one thing that I got excited for is the fact that it does have this such an amazing following, because I think the through line of Superman is the story of hope. And I'm like, to be a part of that and to be a part of that adventure where it means so much to so many people, like, yeah, absolutely. And I've become a massive fan. Like, I love it. I love it. I really do.
Well, we see it because every season you get more and more exposure, and whereby it was spicy starting this season with your character too. Uh-oh. Spoilers for you that haven't seen it yet. I mean, wow, a lot of things going on with your character, um, but who is Chrissy to you when you were introduced to the role?
Chrissy is a hardworking, energetic, very strong and persistent woman who like really hit the ground running at the Smallville Gazette. Um, she's incredible. Getting to discover new parts about her and watching her grow, and while I grow along with her, has been such a joy to like be a part of that from season one to where we are now, and where she goes this season. It's really inspiring. I'm like, you did a lot. You've done a lot.
Yes, yes. So, how much of Sophia is in Chrissy?
I would like to say that her sort of, not sort of, her resilience and how strong she is. Like, I think that we have that connection of, even when things look like they're not on your side, to persevere through it. And I really admire that, and I hope that I have some of that in me, definitely. Um, and you know, she's like, I wouldn't say that she's clumsy, but I would say that you can read a lot of what's going on her face. And I think in that sense, we're also very similar. Like, like I'm not very good like at really
Yeah.
hiding anything, and I don't think that she is either. I think that adds not to her clumsiness, but her awkwardness sometimes, where you know, she's just out there being herself.
Well, that's what makes the character awesome and cute, because that awkwardness. Many people could relate to that. And I mean, again, so how did you take on, Chrissy Me and her journalistic hero in Lois Lane?
Oh my god. Well, it was one of the sides that I also auditioned with for this part. And so it was really exciting to
Okay.
see even how that interaction changed, like, um from like working on it beforehand to do for the self tape, and then like having to do it on the day. um Bitsy has such like a commanding way about her, and it is, I would say that it was this like exciting feeling, um, Chrissy catching Lois's eye, because it was in a way where I was like, like, oh my God, like these are the people that I get to work with. Like it felt very natural because especially at that time, I was still like I am still in awe of the whole process of everything. But especially then, to go like during COVID to go from LA to Vancouver to like jump into
Oh wow.
work, I was very taken aback by so many things where I was like, oh, this is all just gonna come out anyway. I was very starstruck of everything, of the whole process. So, um, yeah, and to see where she is now with Lois, working professionally at the Gazette, it's exciting, and I'm so proud of her. So proud of this character.
Yeah, no. And that last season, when did they tell you in advance that Chrissy was gonna know the secret of Superman's identity?
I don't I don't know if they did. I mean, God, they must have, but I remember. No, I don't know if they did actually, because I remember reading it and just really like
Like,
sort of
huh?
I was like freaking out um and I was really emotional. Like I knew what that meant to Chrissy, and I for me it meant so much too. I mean, it's such a big thing, and such a level of trust for Lois to feel for Chrissy, and the words that she says of like, "You're my
And
partner," and
journalist.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that's
so oh
scary.
my God, it was so exciting and it felt so real, especially like doing it in the moment. Like I was getting very emotional. It was a major turning point for their relationship and for Chrissy as a character.
Oh yeah, relationships galore. Because definitely the way the season started off, a lot of stuff is going on with Chrissy's. Thus far in the world. So what's popping for this season? What type of stuff is Chrissy getting into now?
Chrissy gets into so many things this season. She is this season, I feel like there is so much going on because it's kind of like this perfect combination of not only her getting to work at the Gazette with now Clark as well, and like seeing what that dynamic is like, and now we get to also take like a pretty decent peek into her personal life and who she is outside of the Gazette and how she operates, and it's exciting to get to work with like new cast members. Getting to work with Eric has been an absolute blast. um so I think everyone gets to kind of really see different parts of her, different like character notes in vulnerable moments, and it's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing Chrissy a lot. So I'm thinking, is something gonna happen? Is Chrissy gonna get superpowers?
Yeah, right. Chrissy's just flying all over the place, saving the day.
Yeah, that would be dope. Hey, that would be dope. But let me ask you, how is it to be a Bizarro Chrissy when you
How
did
was it
that
to be
role?
Chrissy?
Yeah, Bizarro Chrissy. Yeah, that must have been fun.
God, it was so wild because I mean, you step onto the back lot, you step into Smallville, and you get this eerie feeling. They did such an amazing job with it because it looks like downtown Smallville and it looks like the Smallville Gazette, but everything is just off. Like it has like the bone structure, but everything is just so off. So immediately you kind of get a little tripped up. Um, and being Bizarro Chrissy, I mean, she has such a fierceness to her. Wardrobe alone, it was so much fun. Like everyone's wardrobe, of course, so just delicious and on point. Um, but being being Bizarro Chrissy and having that moment and getting to like talk in that Bizarro language, it was like such a challenge and something that I was so excited to do and to work on. And uh yeah, no, Bizarro World was wild. It was really, really great though.
Yeah, I mean the show keeps getting better and a lot of fun. I definitely enjoy watching it. One definitely my fave on it, and you do a heck of an amazing job for real. I mean,
Thank you.
you're firing it, and I'm seeing what's going on this season. I can't wait to see how all this develops because is this gossip gonna get out? Well, what happened? Between you guys. I mean, that's what I'm waiting for the drop. Almost got caught when she like, yo, oh snap. I mean, when it comes
Uh,
into that, the gossip is juicy.
that's the best part of being in this small town dynamic. Everybody knows everybody.
Oh yeah, it's wild. So, wh- what would your favorite moment thus far in your what 29 episodes thus far, right? Yep, about 29 episodes thus far.
Favorite moment. Oh, that's a tough one. My favorite moment. As Chrissy or as Sophia?
As both, as both. How about that? Give me first the Chrissy moment, and then give me the Sophia fangirl moment. You
Sophia
apparently
fan.
have.
No, I would say my favorite Chrissy moment. It would have to either be no. I mean, my favorite Chrissy moment is definitely Lois telling Chrissy that Clark is
Okay.
Superman. Yeah, that is definitely my favorite Chrissy moment. Like because of what we were saying earlier, like there's so much weight behind that. That has to be it. Yeah, that has to be it. And my favorite Sophia moment, it's going to sound so general, but anytime there are those scenes where it's like a party scene or there's like a festival happening or like something and it's like a big group of the cast, those are my favorite moments as Sophia because we all get to be together and it is an absolute riot in the green room and it's just high energy and it's like oh my god the family
Love
is
it.
back you know and so
Get it. Get it.
it's yeah it's an absolute mess of laughter so those have to be my personal favorite moments.
Dope, dope, dope. So I need to know what else is coming in the Sophiaverse. What do we
In
got
this
going planned? Yeah, you got anything coming up? Project?
I
What's going on, girl? What can you
just
tell me?
I know you know, we just wrapped like a week and a half ago. So I just got back. I'm sort of settling in, and right now, just like everybody else, I'm just looking forward to each week a new episode dropping, and sort of like I'm still sort of living in that Superman and Lois world. Where I feel like I should be reporting to set, and it was such a fast, like, all right, we're done, wrapped, and I'm like, oh, really? Are you sure? So I'm still
uh,
living in that right now.
bet. So you keep rocking it, keep spinning it. You rule nothing but blessings. Like I said it when I started, it's manifest all the words. It's coming away.
Fine.
So let me ask this one more, kiddo. Are you gonna be anywhere city conventions where we could see you and get a signature? You're gonna pop off where the fans can meet you?
Where they can meet me
Yeah, you're gonna do any convention signings, whether like
right
a
now.
uh,
Right now,
sign.
I have nothing
Okay,
planned right now. Um,
okay.
but hopefully, because honestly, like I, I'm so like I love our fans. I really do. Like I love our fans because I know for them it means so much and it's meant so much to me and doing this work in Vancouver and you know um you never know. You know what you're you're doing there doing episode after episode and you're kind of like, "Oh geez, like I hope people like it." Or like I doing right by, the Superman and Lois fans for real because like they're what make this really exciting, I would have to say. So I hope that
There
I
we
get to
go.
because yeah,
So
it's
San
feels
Diego
like
Comic Con, make it happen, kiddos.
yeah, hopefully,
This
right?
is what we gotta do. Yeah, make it happen. This is what we gotta do. You gotta follow Sophia on Instagram at Sofia Hasmik. The links are also below. And of course, you can follow all things Superman and Lois on Twitter as CW Superman and Lois. All right. Show love, Sophia. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you. Keep rocking that stage, girl. All right. Mi gente, you know what it is. Tune in every week and Lois and watch Christy get down. You know, honest, what's the next thing that she's gonna be getting herself into trouble with. All right. Much love, Sophia. Appreciate you.
Oh no,
Hasta la
I
próxima.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. This has been so great. So much fun.
Nah, you rock. Later. Bye.